My fellow Americans, tonight, I speak to you not just as a former president, not just as a public servant of over 5 decades, but as a citizen who believes deeply in the promise and principles of our Constitution. We are living through a defining moment. A moment that challenges the core of who we are as a nation. A moment where silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. At the National Bar Association's 100th Annual Awards Gala, I stood before a room filled with brilliant legal minds, fierce advocates of justice, defenders of civil rights, and I told them the truth. What we're witnessing today under President Donald Trump is nothing short of an attempt to dismantle the Constitution of the United States. That's not a phrase I use lightly. But we can't afford to sugarcoat reality. Not anymore. This administration is not content with bending the law, it wants to break it. It is not interested in strengthening democracy, it seeks to weaken it. And too many, far too many, are letting it happen. Congress, in many ways, has been sitting on the sidelines. Watching, waiting, wincing, but not acting. And the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, too often now serves not as a guardrail of our freedoms but as an accelerant to their erosion. This is not the America we swore to protect. This is not the democracy generations have fought and died for. This is not normal. In moments like these, we must look ourselves in the mirror and ask, what do we stand for? Who are we, really, when our principles are under siege? In the life of our nation, there are moments so stark, so clear, they divide everything that came before from everything that follows. This is such a moment of reckoning, a moment of choosing, a moment when we must decide whether we will be spectators in the downfall of democracy, or the authors of its revival. I said it in 2020. I said it again in 2024. The battle for the soul of the nation is not over. It is still being fought, in courtrooms, in classrooms, in state legislatures, and at every ballot box. And yes, in our own hearts. Donald Trump and those around him have demonstrated time and again that they will test the boundaries of the law, twist the meaning of liberty, and trample on truth if it serves their ambition. They don't hide it. They say it out loud. They call the press the enemy. They call judges corrupt when they rule against them. They call elections illegitimate when they don't win them. That's not democracy. That's demagoguery. That's not leadership. That's a power grab. And every time we let it slide, we slide further away from the ideals this country was built upon. Let's be clear, the Constitution is not just a document. It's a covenant, a promise made by one generation to the next that freedom, equality, and justice will not be surrendered to tyranny or apathy. And yet, here we are, with that promise on the verge of being broken. We've seen laws passed to suppress the vote, not expand it. We've seen peaceful protests met with militarized force. We've seen lifelong civil servants vilified for telling the truth. We've seen immigrants demonized, minorities scapegoated, and rights once guaranteed now questioned. These are not random incidents. They are part of a pattern. A deliberate campaign to redefine what America is, and who America is for. We cannot let that happen. Because when we abandon the rule of law, we abandon ourselves. When we stop believing in checks and balances, we invite chaos. When we turn our back on the truth, we lose the very foundation of our freedom. I know some people are tired. I know some are scared. I know others want to look away and say, it's politics, not my fight. But it is your fight. It's all of ours. Democracy only works when we work for it. Justice only prevails when we defend it. Rights are only rights if we protect them, for everyone. There are still judges who uphold the law with integrity. There are still members of Congress who put country over party. There are still citizens who rise up and vote, organize, march, and speak out even when it's uncomfortable. We need more of that. We need you. Now is not the time to disengage. Now is the time to double down. We need lawyers defending civil rights. We need journalists shining a light on corruption. We need teachers educating the next generation on what it really means to be free. We need workers and parents and students and veterans, everyone, to understand that our republic is only as strong as our willingness to defend it. This moment is not just about one man. It's about what we're willing to tolerate. It's about whether we still believe in, we the people. Let me tell you what I believe. I believe that truth matters. I believe that decency still counts. I believe that dignity, in leadership, in institutions, in everyday life, is not weakness but strength. I believe that America is still worth fighting for. Not just the flag, not just the anthem, but the idea. The idea that every person is created equal. The idea that no one is above the law. The idea that government exists not to enrich the powerful, but to serve the people. That's the America I know. That's the America I love. That's the America we must protect. The work is hard. The days are long. But the stakes have never been higher. Let history say that when the Constitution was tested, we did not fold. We did not flinch. We did not fail. We rose. We stood. We defended the soul of the nation, together. Thank you. God bless you. And may God continue to bless the United States of America.